Love doesn't always begin with grand gestures or perfect timing. Sometimes it starts quietly, hidden in small looks, unspoken gestures, and everyday moments that feel just a little different. When a man is secretly crazy about you, he might not say the words out loud. In fact, he might not even fully realize it himself yet. But his feelings show up in subtle, unexpected ways that speak far louder than a simple, "I like you," ever could. In today's world, where casual interactions are easy and real emotions are often guarded, genuine affection tends to hide behind the little things. You may find yourself wondering, does he like me? Or am I just imagining it? That's because love, especially when it's still unspoken, often lives in the in-between, in the way he looks at you when you're not watching, in the jokes he makes that are just a little too specific, in how he shows up again and again without making a big deal about it. Some men don't express affection in obvious or dramatic ways. Instead, they reveal it through small behaviors that might fly under the radar, unless you know what to look for. He may laugh a little too hard at your jokes, even the silly ones. He might remember tiny things you said weeks ago. He might show up wherever you are, acting like it's just coincidence. These aren't random acts. They're the signs of a heart slowly slipping into something deeper. The truth is, when someone is falling for you, they don't always know how to say it. Maybe he's nervous. Maybe he's unsure of your feelings. Maybe he's afraid to mess things up. So instead, he lets his actions speak. And they do. Loudly. If you pay attention, you'll start to notice the signs, the ones that don't shout but whisper. And sometimes those whispers are the most honest language of love. This isn't about reading too much into things or trying to force meaning where there is none. It's about recognizing the beauty in real, human emotion. When a man is truly into you, even secretly, his behavior shifts. He becomes softer around you, more thoughtful, more present. And if you've been feeling like there's something there, something unspoken but very real, this list will help you find the clarity you've been searching for. So if you're wondering whether he's just being friendly, or if there's something deeper behind those glances, those late-night texts, those casual touches, you're in the right place. These are the 15 unexpected signs that reveal what he hasn't said yet, but is already showing you in 100 small ways. Let's dive into what it really looks like when a man is secretly, genuinely, quietly crazy about you. 1. He laughs at your jokes, even when they're not that funny. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the most charming and unexpected signs is how he reacts to your humor, even when your jokes aren't particularly clever or laugh out loud funny. His laughter isn't always about the joke itself. It's about you. He finds joy in your presence, and your attempt to make him laugh, whether successful or not, is endearing to him. Even a simple comment or a light remark that might not get a reaction from others will often spark a smile or a chuckle from him. That's because it's not about the joke. It's about the connection. This kind of laughter isn't forced, but it's different from how he might laugh around anyone else. It feels warmer, more encouraging, and often comes with soft eye contact or a look that lingers just a second longer. He wants you to feel heard, appreciated, and confident around him. Laughing at your jokes becomes his subtle way of showing support and affection. It's an emotional response, not just a social one. He's trying to build comfort, to make you feel like you're always interesting to him, even when you're being silly or playful. Sometimes it's also a little nervous. When feelings are strong but still hidden, laughter can be a safe way to express emotion without having to say too much. He may not be ready to admit how deeply he feels, but his reactions give him away. His smile, his laughter, his willingness to lean in and enjoy every little thing you say. All of it points to someone who's not just listening to you, but feeling something deeper. And when a man laughs with genuine joy, just because you're the one speaking. It's often his heart's way of showing that you've already become special to him. 2. He remembers random, tiny details about you. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the strongest signs is how he remembers the smallest, most random things you've said. It could be something you mentioned only once in passing, your favorite childhood snack, a specific song you love, the name of your first pet, or even the way you like your coffee. These details might seem unimportant to most people, but to him, they stand out. That's because he's not just hearing your words, he's truly listening. And when someone remembers the little things, it means they care in a way that goes beyond surface-level interest. This attention to detail comes from genuine emotional investment. You've captured his curiosity and his heart, so even the casual moments become meaningful. Without trying, he stores away these pieces of you because they matter to him. You're not just another person in the background of his life. You've become someone whose presence shapes the way he observes the world. When something reminds him of you, he holds on to it. And later, when he brings up a tiny thing you forgot you even mentioned, it catches you off guard. But to him, it was unforgettable. This behavior isn't about trying to impress you or prove anything. It's effortless and instinctive. The things he remembers say a lot about the way he feels. He values your voice, your quirks, and the things that make you uniquely you. And that's what makes it so powerful. Anyone can say nice things in the moment, but someone who remembers the little ones long after you've said them is someone whose heart is slowly and deeply falling for you, even if he hasn't said it out loud yet. 3. He gets a little jealous but tries to hide it. When a man is secretly crazy about you, jealousy can show up in subtle, unspoken ways. He might not come out and admit it, but it lingers in his expressions, his tone, or the way he suddenly goes quiet when another guy enters the picture. He may joke about it or brush it off, but there's a slight tension in how he reacts. It's not the loud, possessive kind of jealousy. It's soft, quiet, and often hidden under a mask of indifference. But if you're paying attention, you'll feel it. He might ask who someone is a little too casually, or suddenly become more interested in what you were doing over the weekend. His questions may sound normal, but there's a different energy behind them. He wants to know where you stand, but he doesn't want to seem too obvious or controlling. It's a battle between his growing feelings and his need to keep them under wraps. He cares about you more than he's letting on, and the idea of someone else getting too close to you stirs something in him. This kind of jealousy isn't toxic or aggressive. In fact, it often comes from a place of vulnerability. He doesn't want to risk ruining the connection by acting possessive, but he also can't help the sting he feels when he sees you give someone else the attention he quietly craves. So he hides it. He'll smile, he'll stay calm, but you might notice the slight shift in his mood, the longer pause before he speaks, or the way he suddenly changes the subject. When someone's heart is involved, even the smallest threats to their emotional connection can feel big. And if he's quietly jealous, trying to play it cool, it's often because he's already in deeper than he's willing to admit. 4. He finds reasons to touch your hand or shoulder casually. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the most telling signs is the way he finds small, casual reasons to touch you. It's never forced or inappropriate. It's subtle, respectful, and always wrapped in natural moments. Maybe it's a light touch on your shoulder when he laughs, a quick brush of his hand against yours while handing you something, or a gentle pat on your back when you walk side by side. These gestures may seem casual, but they often come from a deeper place. Touch is one of the quietest forms of connection. When someone has strong feelings for you, but hasn't expressed them verbally, physical closeness becomes a way to communicate what they can't say out loud. These small touches allow him to feel closer to you, to bridge the emotional distance without crossing any boundaries. It's his way of showing affection in a way that feels safe, both for you and for him. You might start to notice a pattern, how he's always nearby, how his hand lingers just a second longer than necessary, how he uses touch as a way to share warmth and presence. He won't call attention to it. In fact, he might play it off like nothing. But deep down, those moments matter to him. They're small windows into what he feels, disguised as casual gestures. This kind of behavior often speaks louder than words. When a man is emotionally drawn to you, his body language shifts. He wants to feel your presence and let you feel his. And if he's finding reasons to gently touch your hand or shoulder, even in fleeting moments, it's often because his feelings are quietly growing stronger every day. 5. He notices changes in your mood before you even say anything. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the clearest signs is how tuned in he becomes to your emotions, so much so that he can sense a shift in your mood before you even say a word. It's not just about noticing when you're obviously upset or visibly happy. It's about picking up on the subtle things. A slight change in your tone, a different look in your eyes, or a longer pause between your sentences. He notices it all. And it affects him because your emotional state matters to him more than he lets on. He might ask, "Are you okay?" before anyone else does, or offer support without being prompted. Sometimes he won't even ask directly. Instead, he'll just start behaving differently, more gentle, more attentive, or more present, because he feels something is off. He doesn't need you to explain everything in detail. His connection to you is quiet but strong, and it allows him to sense the things you're holding in. This kind of awareness only happens when someone genuinely cares. He's watching, not in a controlling way, but with concern and emotional presence. Your mood matters to him, not because he feels responsible for it, but because he's emotionally invested in your happiness. When you hurt, he feels it in a quiet way. When you're distant, he senses it, even if you say nothing at all. You don't need to announce how you feel. He just knows. And that intuitive understanding is often one of the most honest signs of affection. When a man pays attention to your unspoken feelings, it's because his heart is already involved. He's not just looking at you, he's seeing you, feeling with you, and silently choosing to care again and again. 6. He texts you memes or songs that remind him of you. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the sweetest and most unexpected signs is when he starts sending you memes, songs, or random posts that remind him of you. These messages might seem light-hearted or casual on the surface, but underneath them is something much deeper. He's thinking about you even when you're not around. Whether it's a funny meme that matches your sense of humor, or a song lyric that reflects something you once said, he's sharing pieces of his day with you because you're on his mind. This kind of behavior is his way of building a connection. He's trying to create shared moments, even when you're not physically together. By sending something that made him think of you, he's inviting you into his inner world. It's a silent way of saying, "You're in my thoughts," or "This reminded me of you, and I wanted to make you smile." 8. The effort behind finding and sharing these things shows that he pays attention to who you are and what you enjoy. He might not openly express his feelings, but these small gestures are a clear reflection of them. When someone is falling for you, they start to see you in everything, in music, in humor, in daily life, and they naturally want to share those pieces with you. It's not about the meme or the song itself. It's about the connection behind it. He wants to make you laugh, move you emotionally, or simply stay close in a soft, easy way. These digital breadcrumbs might feel simple, but they carry emotional weight. When he shares them consistently and thoughtfully, it's a clear sign that he's holding you close in his mind, and slowly, without saying it directly, letting his feelings be known. 7. He mirrors your gestures or tone without realizing it. When a man is secretly crazy about you, his body starts to respond in subtle ways that even he may not notice. One of the most natural signs being how he unconsciously mirrors your gestures, posture, or tone of voice. This isn't something he does intentionally. It's a subconscious behavior that happens when someone feels emotionally connected and drawn to another person. Without thinking, he begins to move like you, speak like you, or react in sync with your energy. You might notice that when you lean forward during a conversation, he does the same. If you speak with a certain rhythm or laugh in a specific way, he might start to echo it. Even your facial expressions, like smiling, raising an eyebrow, or tilting your head, might be subtly reflected in his. This kind of mirroring is often a sign of deep rapport, comfort, and emotional alignment. It's not about imitation, it's about resonance. His mind is tuning into yours, and his body is following along. This happens when someone is highly engaged, invested, and emotionally affected by your presence. It shows that he feels safe with you and that he's not just listening to your words, but responding to your energy. This kind of unconscious mimicry is one of the clearest signs of attraction and emotional interest. When a man starts reflecting your tone, rhythm, or physical stance without even thinking about it, it means your presence is influencing him on a deeper level. It's a quiet but powerful indicator that his feelings are real and growing stronger every time he's near you. His body, without permission, is telling the truth his heart hasn't yet said out loud. 8. He asks for your opinion on small decisions. When a man is secretly crazy about you, he starts to value your thoughts and perspectives, even on the little things. One of the clear signs is when he begins asking for your opinion on small, everyday decisions. It might be about what shirt he should wear, what movie he should watch, where to eat, or even what gift to buy for someone else. These may seem like minor choices, but his reason for involving you is rooted in something much more meaningful. By including you in his decision-making, he's showing that your voice matters to him. He wants your input, not just for practicality, but because he trusts your judgment and likes the idea of making choices with you in mind. It's a subtle way of bringing you closer, creating a sense of partnership, even if it's not defined as that yet. Your presence in his thoughts extends into the details of his daily life, and that's no accident. This behavior also reveals comfort and emotional reliance. He may not ask everyone these things, but he asks you because your opinion carries weight. He values how you see things and wants to hear your thoughts, even if he's capable of deciding on his own. Sometimes it's less about the decision and more about hearing your voice, knowing you're engaged with him and feeling that connection, no matter how small the topic may be. When someone starts turning to you for little choices, it's often a reflection of a deeper emotional bond forming beneath the surface. He's slowly bringing you into his inner circle. And when a man makes a habit of consulting you, even casually, it's not just about what to choose, it's about choosing you as someone who matters in his life. 9. He compliments you in unexpected ways. When a man is secretly crazy about you, his compliments start to go beyond the usual surface-level praise. Instead of just saying you look pretty or your outfit is nice, he begins to notice and point out things others might overlook. These compliments often come unexpectedly, during quiet moments in the middle of a conversation, or when you're not even trying to impress anyone. He might comment on how thoughtful you are, how your laugh makes him feel, or how you always bring a calm energy into a room. These words aren't rehearsed or generic. They're specific, genuine, and often surprising. He's not just complimenting your appearance, he's acknowledging your spirit, your habits, your presence. That kind of recognition shows that he's paying attention to who you are, not just how you look. And when someone sees your deeper qualities and feels moved enough to speak on them, it's a clear sign of emotional interest. Often, these compliments will catch you off guard, not because they're dramatic, but because they're deeply sincere. They show that he's observing and appreciating the real you, the unfiltered version that many don't get to see. It might be the way you care for others, the way you express yourself, or something you said that stuck with him for days. Whatever it is, he'll mention it in a way that feels warm, unexpected, and real. This kind of praise reveals more than attraction. It reveals admiration. When a man goes out of his way to express what he sees in you without trying to impress or flatter, it means you've left a mark on him. And when those unexpected compliments keep coming, it's because his feelings are growing quietly, powerfully, and sincerely. 10. He teases you in a playful, flirty way. When a man is secretly crazy about you, teasing often becomes one of his favorite ways to interact with you. It's light, playful, and flirty, not mean or hurtful, but filled with a warmth that makes the interaction feel special. He might gently poke fun at something you said, mock your favorite show in a way that invites a laugh, or challenge you in a friendly way that keeps the energy fun and alive. The teasing is never meant to offend. It's his way of creating a connection that feels unique to just the two of you. This playful teasing is a safe space for him to express interest without being too vulnerable. It allows him to get close, spark chemistry, and test your reactions, all while keeping things casual. Behind every joke is a layer of attention. He remembers what you like, how you respond, and what makes you laugh. It's a back and forth rhythm he enjoys, and it gives him an excuse to be around you more, to engage with you in a way that feels natural and personal. He may even tease you about things no one else notices, which makes it even more meaningful. It shows he's paying attention, watching closely, and responding in his own style. And when he sees you smiling or blushing in response, that playful energy becomes his favorite part of being around you. It's a way to build chemistry, break down walls, and enjoy your presence without needing to say too much. When a man teases you with that sparkle in his eye and a grin that waits for your reaction, it's often more than just humor. It's interest, affection, and a hidden hope that maybe you'll tease him back just as playfully. Because in those moments, it's not just laughter, it's connection. 11. He always seems to be where you are, even by coincidence. When a man is secretly crazy about you, he'll often start showing up in places where you happen to be, places he knows you like, or events he finds out you're attending. It might seem like coincidence at first, but over time, the pattern becomes clear. He's not stalking or pushing boundaries. He's finding gentle, casual ways to be near you. It's subtle and often well-timed, like bumping into you at your favorite cafe or choosing the same side of the room at a gathering. This kind of presence isn't forced. He might act surprised or casual when he sees you, but inside, he's happy just to be close. Being near you, even for a short moment, feels worth the effort. Sometimes he'll rearrange his plans or make small sacrifices, just to have that accidental encounter. He wants to be around you, not to crowd you, but to feel connected, even in silence. He may also take an interest in things he knows you enjoy, just to have a reason to join in. Maybe he starts going to the gym you go to, joins a group you're part of, or suddenly loves the same band. It's not about copying you. It's about being part of your world. Your presence lights something up in him, and he's quietly drawn to that energy again and again. When someone finds comfort in simply being near you, even without conversation, it's a sign that his feelings are deeper than he's letting on. He may not say the words, but the quiet effort to share space with you speaks volumes. It's not just where he is, it's why he's there. And the answer is often simple, because you are. When a man is secretly crazy about you, he starts to remember your routines and habits, not because he's trying to memorize them, but because he's genuinely paying attention. Over time, the small details of your daily life become familiar to him. He knows what time you usually get your coffee, which days you're busiest, or that you always take a walk when you're stressed. These aren't things you announced or repeated. They're things he noticed because he cares. his memory becomes a reflection of his emotional attachment. You may find him checking in at the right moments, asking how your meeting went, or texting just when he knows you're heading home. It's not intrusive, it's thoughtful. He tracks the rhythm of your life because your well-being has quietly become important to him. He wants to stay connected, to support you in a way that feels natural, and part of that comes from remembering how you move through your days. These observations aren't loud or showy. Sometimes they come out in small remarks that catch you off guard, like when he reminds you to take a break because he knows you've been working too long, or when he brings your favorite snack at exactly the right time. You didn't tell him to remember, he just did. That quiet attention shows emotional presence, care, and growing affection. When someone makes the effort to learn the small patterns of your life without being asked, it's rarely just friendship. It's a sign that your world has started to matter to him, so much so that he's found a way to be part of it, even from the sidelines. And often, that level of attentiveness is love, unfolding slowly, silently, and sincerely. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the clearest signs is how he starts offering help without being asked. It's not about showing off or trying to impress you. It comes from a place of genuine care. He notices when you're overwhelmed, tired, or juggling too much, and instinctively steps in to make your life easier. Whether it's carrying something for you, fixing a small problem, or offering to run an errand, he doesn't wait for you to ask. He simply shows up. This kind of effort reveals emotional investment. He's not doing it because he has to. He's doing it because your comfort and peace matter to him. Helping you gives him a sense of purpose and a quiet connection to your life. Even the smallest tasks become meaningful when they're done out of affection. It's not about the size of the favor, it's about the intention behind it. Often his offers will feel thoughtful and well-timed. He might step in just when you're about to struggle with something or lend a hand before you even realize you needed it. That awareness shows how closely he's paying attention, not just to what you say, but to how you move, react, and feel. He wants to be useful, not just present, and helping you is his way of expressing what he might not have said out loud yet. When someone starts taking quiet responsibility for your comfort, it's a reflection of love in its purest form, unspoken, steady, and sincere. He's not asking for recognition or reward. His actions are his message. You matter, and he wants to be someone you can rely on. Even if he never says the words, his silent acts of support are saying it all for him. 12. He remembers your routines and habits. When a man is secretly crazy about you, he begins to remember your routines and habits without even trying. It's not something you told him to do. It just happens naturally because he's genuinely paying attention. Whether it's the way you always order the same drink, how you like to sit near a window, or your tendency to hum when you're thinking, these little parts of you stay with him. You become part of his mental landscape, and your habits start to feel familiar and comforting to him. You might not even notice how much he's noticed, but he'll surprise you with small actions, like sending you a message right when he knows you're free, or showing up with something you like without you having to ask. He may mention something you thought was insignificant, yet he remembered it clearly. That's because he isn't just listening. He's observing, storing every detail, and valuing everything that makes you you. This level of awareness isn't about control or obsession. It's about emotional connection. He's in tune with the rhythm of your life, and that only happens when someone truly cares. Remembering your routines is his way of silently staying connected, of holding space for you in his own world. Even if he doesn't say much, his actions show he's been thinking about you, watching closely, and appreciating the little things that most people overlook. When someone makes the effort to know how you move through your day, it's because they want to be part of that world, even if they're standing quietly on the edge of it. These unspoken observations are his quiet form of affection. And when a man starts memorizing the details of your life, not because he has to, but because he wants to, it's one of the clearest signs that he's falling for you, slowly, sincerely, and deeply. 13. He offers to help with things you never asked for. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the clearest signs is how he starts offering help without you ever asking for it. It could be something small, like carrying your bags, helping you fix something, or offering advice when you didn't even mention needing it. These aren't grand show-off gestures. They're quiet, thoughtful actions rooted in genuine care. He notices when you're overwhelmed, tired, or struggling, even in subtle ways, and instinctively steps in to ease your burden. This kind of help doesn't come from obligation. It comes from emotional investment. He wants to be useful to you, to be someone you can rely on without even having to say the words. When he sees something that needs doing, he does it, not to get credit or attention, but because it makes him feel closer to you. Helping you, even in small ways, is his way of silently showing affection and building trust. He may anticipate your needs before you realize them yourself. If your phone battery is low, he's the one with a charger. If you're working late, he might bring you a coffee. These gestures aren't random. They come from paying close attention to your life and wanting to be part of it in a meaningful way. He's watching, listening, and learning what makes your day easier or brighter. When someone consistently offers help before you ask for it, it's a powerful indicator that they're emotionally involved. He's not just being nice, he's invested in your comfort, your peace, and your happiness. And even if he never says how much he feels, these actions speak for him. They say, I'm here, I care, and I want to be the person you don't have to ask, because I'm already looking out for you. 14. He lights up when someone mentions your name. When a man is secretly crazy about you, his reaction to hearing your name becomes almost instinctive. He lights up in a way that's hard to fake. His eyes brighten, his posture shifts, and there's a sudden change in his energy. It doesn't matter who says it or in what context. Just the mention of you brings something alive in him. It's not always dramatic, but it's unmistakably genuine. That subtle spark says more than any confession ever could. Even if he tries to stay composed, there's a softness that appears when you come up in conversation. He may smile without realizing it, lean in to hear more, or simply go quiet in a way that shows he's fully tuned in. It's because your name isn't just a word to him. It carries meaning, memories, and emotions he hasn't fully expressed. You're a presence in his heart, and your name triggers the feeling that presence brings. Sometimes others notice before you do. His friends might tease him, or someone might smile knowingly when your name is mentioned and they catch the way he reacts. That's because love, especially the kind that hasn't been spoken yet, often shows up in these little, unguarded moments. He may try to downplay it, but the truth is written all over his face. When someone lights up just from hearing about you, it means you've already made a home in their thoughts. It's not just about attraction, it's about joy, admiration, and emotional closeness. And even if he hasn't found the words to tell you how he feels, his smile when you're mentioned says everything. You matter to him more than you know. 15. He pauses before leaving, like he doesn't really want to go. When a man is secretly crazy about you, one of the most telling signs is the way he lingers before saying goodbye. It's a quiet hesitation, a pause that holds more emotion than words could explain. Even when the conversation has ended or the moment is clearly over, he doesn't leave right away. There's something in him that wants just a few more seconds with you. He might fidget, look back, smile again, or act like he's forgotten something, just to delay the goodbye. That hesitation isn't about politeness. It's about emotion. Being around you brings him comfort, excitement, and connection, and walking away from that isn't easy. It's not that he doesn't have somewhere to be. It's that being near you feels better than anything else waiting for him. Even if he doesn't say a word, his body language reveals everything. His heart is still holding on to the moment, even when the moment is ending. He might draw out simple gestures, zipping his bag slowly, checking his phone, or saying, "Okay, I should go," more than once. It's a soft struggle between what he has to do and what he really wants, to stay with you just a little longer. These small pauses are often overlooked, but they're deeply meaningful. They show his emotional investment, his comfort in your presence, and his growing desire to make every second with you last. When someone doesn't rush to leave, it's because your presence matters. That pause is his way of saying, you're the highlight of his day. Even in silence, it's a powerful expression of affection. He might not be ready to admit how much he feels, but every second he stays, even when he could have gone, speaks volumes about what's growing quietly in his heart.